Hey everybody, it's the Last Robo Guy here, and welcome to the second part of running through the flooded districts in Dishonored with the High Chaos run. Last time, we got dumped into a small tiny little pipe. We got out, we got our stuff back, and we fell off things a lot. Now we're actually going to do something of, like, substantialness. We're going to confront Daud in his very lair, and then we're gonna head off, and there's gonna be a few little surprises on the way, on that journey too. So joining me now on our final act of our penultimate act of revenge.
Yo, dudes, it's Cool Guy, and if you think this will be the last act of revenge, you are sorely mistaken. As this game has so eloquently pointed out, revenge solves everything.
No, I'm Cool Guy. No, I'm
Wait,
actually
what?
Orv. I watched that movie the other night. It's still really good.
Are you Spartacus?
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
okay.
that. Now I'm just disappointed in Cool Guy.
Oh, well, the business as usual then. Let's get straight in.
Damn it! I hate you so much, dude.
Hey, so we're actually in the headquarters zone of the assassins now. And that sweet ass statue of the Empress they got there.
Everything else around here sucks, but that statue they
Yeah.
put thought into, damn it.
Yeah, which is kind of funny considering, like, by all accounts, Daud's feeling pretty sort of guilty about killing the Empress. I imagine it's probably because he keeps looking out the window and the statue keeps looking at him going, "You killed me! You killed me, Daud!"
He's like, but the money was really good, though it clearly wasn't good enough because I was still extorting the Lord Regent for more.
Yeah, I don't know why he bothered.
We saw in the last time that they'll kill some random schmuck for 1500 or so, which I mean, I feel like that's really very little.
Yeah, I might say,
Whoa!
like, these guys go in pretty hard.
God
And
damn!
they're not doing a huge amount of damage because they're basically just trying to, fight me normal style. Like, well, they're basically just shoving me around. So it was like, yep, that's good.
They were kind of kids gloving you, and even then, they were still just fast as all hell. Oh, here comes another.
Yeah.
Sup, dude?
Well, that was weird.
Right. I'm looking around like that was it. Okay, bye.
Did he
That
you
didn't
teleport
work out
into
very
your
well.
head?
Yes.
Kind of. It looked
Weird.
like he might have been like teleporting in from behind, and the particle effect sort of just was clipping into me.
I like the idea that he was trying to Goomba stomp you the same way you were trying to Goomba stomp them from earlier.
There'll be no telefragging in my game, thank you. Yeah. So after the pause and everybody started, dying off and moving out, that's when the assassins started moving in. Got themselves a nice little base here.
Well, nice.
Well,
It's certainly not clean, but, I mean, it's probably more secure than most places.
And forgotten. They bring the bodies here with rough hands in cages. Some of them are still breathing. The water is so cold, and it's the last thing they feel.
Probably for the best,
These
considering.
waters are greedy. They will never give back what they have taken.
That describes most water as hard.
it's just a heart, It's not Wikipedia.
Songs of Dunwall.
This is, however,
Cities built on the bones of the great.
getting very close to Rhyme Zone or something like that.
If everyone gave just $3, the heart would have 50 more lines.
Flesh. When the sea broke, many strange things were drowned and forgotten.
Orv and I were chatting after the last episode about all of the creepy things in this area that just completely mess with us. And I can't tell if that is... Okay, it's falling debris. I wasn't certain if that was falling debris or, like, you know, more river crusts, like, grinding and writhing against something.
Well, it's decrepit buildings starting to come apart. That's good. They've got good contextual, like the sounds are great for the context. Like we had the groaning of the metal before, but now we're around like, you know, buildings that are starting to be like ravaged by time. So now we're getting primarily from them the sounds of just stone crumbling away bit by bit.
Yeah, I'm not okay with this.
Sound design is just top notch.
Yeah, it really is. Whoever was in charge of particularly the sound effects for this game really deserves a medal. Audio engineers that tend not to get as much respect as I feel like they should. They should, in any case. Rat scent. Ugh, what a terrible charm.
Yeah, basically, you smell like a rat, so they don't come running at you until you're pretty much on top of them.
Yeah, that's a terrible one. I mean, let's be honest, if rats are going to get aggressive with you, it's just a matter of, like, you know, a couple of sword strokes or a few bolts that'll get them off your butt anyway.
So you would normally think, oh yeah, I gotta swim down for this rune. You don't. Like, I'm sort of showing off that you don't. Because this always gets me every single time, but it didn't actually get me this time. I'm just sort of... Like, this entire... Like, I don't know, I think either the assassins did this, or it was an attempt... Something that was attempted when everything went you know, tits up. You know, they basically tried to keep this building from utterly collapsing from floodwaters.
It kind of seems like something the assassins would do. After a seawall breaks, I can't imagine there was enough wherewithal in the local population to do something like that.
A lot of these rooftops look constructed, so it definitely seems like they've been establishing themselves pretty solidly around here for a little while now.
This architecture just makes me wish Fallout 4 was a better
Bring
game.
the bodies here with rough hands.
I was trying to target that guy, but didn't work.
They're still breathing.
Trying to get a comment off the statue of, you know, the heart as herself.
So that's our way out. So no matter what, we've got to go up there and see Daud. So how we confront him is entirely optional. Like you don't even necessarily even have to let him know you're here. In a way, they just sort of, you know, let you know if you're not one for reading notes.
The bodyguard who was with the Empress seems to trouble him gravely.
Yes. I feel that we've reached a turning point tonight.
Yes. Good luck on your assignment when you're permitted to leave.
Yes. Yes.
Let's just
Yes.
be as nondescript about this as possible. Which, you know, I mean, assassins, whatever. Okay, I can get that, but still, it's they do a good job of giving the whalers a feel of their own personality in little exchanges like that. They simply don't talk the way that a lot of the guards talk.
They also, it doesn't pan out this way in gameplay because they're just as susceptible to the same bullshit if you don't engage them front to front, but they seem more competent as a group, and it's a nice touch.
That ends up happening, and that was something that I took a great deal of effort to analyze when I was playing the game the first time, but I'll shut up until these guys are done.
Cross to the other side of the room without attracting notice.
Welp.
Sorry, I noticed you.
It has to do with their greater mobility. Like a lot of the things that particularly the watch officers try to do, they're very good at handling combat, but only when they get in the areas they want to be at.
Mm-hmm.
And they even their sidesteps and everything, they move pretty slowly, especially compared to Corvo. But the whalers move exactly as fast as you because they have blink and they're not afraid to use it.
Congratulations, you saw me.
Not saw you enough to keep your body from dematerializing, though.
We're almost there.
Just jumping for the sake of jumping at this point.
Master.
May I not have a moment of
Corvo's beaten us, sir. He's killed men who have no equal in the Isles. I'm afraid he'll kill me too. You said this couldn't happen, sir.
I didn't think it could. I always thought one of you, the strongest of you, might kill me. But not a stranger. A man not trained in our methods. But perhaps he will. Remain on watch, and kill him if you can. Maybe you'll surprise us both.
I need to look up his voice actor because he has a really good like cult voice.
He really does, yes. Daud is voiced incredibly well.
Farewell, Lord Regent, Royal Spy Master, Hiram Burrows. You small, worried man. You'll never know how many times I've thought about trying to get close to you again. Just to put a piece of sharp metal in your eye. But someone beat me to it. Someone very dangerous, it seems. Good riddance to you, sir. So many schemes you had, and so many contracts. How many people did I kill for you? None like the last. None like her.
I don't think it is, but it sounds like Michael Madsen.
I'd give back all the coin if I could. No one should have to kill an Empress.
Yeah, so he's really suffering under the weight of his decision. And if you're doing a non-lethal route and a ghosting route, you can pick the key off of him and go without him noticing you, and that's how you do it.
For what it's worth, Orv, I just looked it up. You're right, it is Michael Madsen.
Yeah.
Now, here's something that's cool about Daud.
He's immune to time stop.
Not so much immune to it, as in if he's aware of you, he decides to move into time stop as well. More importantly, he activates it, you operate inside of it too.
Against the ticking of the clock.
Man, that's awesome.
It's a bit overwhelming, but at the same time, still really cool.
I've waited for this. Let's see if the outsider will save your life, or mine. Why are you fighting? For the men who poisoned you?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Bullets might stop in time stop, but you can still use them at point blank range.
Basically, the way it's
Like, oh god! Hello everybody, this is where remembering I had friggin' bullets would have been, like, explosive bullets would have been better, but...
basically the way that it works is if you touch something that's in time stop, it knocks it out of time stop, and it can act normally. Which is how I was using sleep darts in the Return to the Tower mission.
So even now, we haven't killed him yet. Yeah, that was just what he was saying there. I like that as a touch, that he was just sort of recording his memoirs.
Mm-hmm.
You small, worried man.
So now
You'll never know how many times
we could even leave now. We could just say, Daud, okay, you know what? We got our key. You can go.
Fair cop.
You know, fair cop. Oh, we can go over and talk to him.
One more surprise for you. I asked for my life when I killed your Empress and took her daughter. Something broke inside me.
Angry, ominous
Now I
Empress
see
head
the
over in the
design
corner
on the
there.
back of your hand, the mark of the outsider himself. And I remember all I've done. The years of waiting for the right moment to step forward from an alley and drive a knife between the ribs of some noble. All the money exchanging hands,
Good man.
one rich bastard or another. Killing for one of them 1 year, then being paid to kill him in return the next. I remember bending at the shrines, listening as the outsider whispered that I was going to change things, that I was somehow important. It felt good. It made me believe I was powerful. But what have I accomplished? More than you have, or much less. Now I want nothing but to leave this city and fade from the memory of those who reside here. I've had enough killing, so my life is in your hands. Make your choice.
I think I already did.
It's a proper Viking burial right here.
I like that the impact
Well,
kills
that down.
him.
Yeah, I think the impact kills him, but the explosion liquefies him. So there we go. So that was Daud.
R.I.P. You glorious, glorious bastard.
Not the last we'll see of him, of course.
Nope.
There is the DLC where we get to play as Daud, and yeah, you know, that's I say that I've never actually bothered to fight him like that before, and I was really happy I did that time because, jeez, that was cool.
Man, yeah, that was a really awesome fight. You realize what that means, right? It's just he's not carrying money. He's just carrying something that you're full up on. In
Yeah,
this
he's
case,
carrying
like a
health.
mana potion.
Which is kind of weird to me, because I'm just not used to like them carrying stuff like that on them.
Yeah, typically they'll only carry like mundane ammo, but you know they can carry damn near anything.
I suppose I'm just exploring around. I'm not really sure the point of this little spot down here. Just
A place to
That's
throw
like
bodies, I'm sure.
yeah, and the rune is still not accessible from this direction. The rune is on the way out of this area. As we get into the part of the game that I just don't like.
I mean, I feel like I've blotted this part out of my memory because I don't really remember too much about it.
It's kind of weird because everything in the game, the areas are pretty well tuned. I feel this little back section just feels like a freaking mess. But yeah, that's the door we needed to go through and unlock. I'm just gonna go over here and loot these two things that eluded me before. Get myself a pocket watch. Get some more loot. Loot is good.
I'm never gonna say no to money.
And then we can proceed down to the depths of this place. What is really depth?
Multiple buttholes. Multiple buttholes all the way down.
There we go. I sphincter, therefore I am.
Exactly. I was wondering when you were gonna pick that up.
It's very important. It is a very important power. It's kind of interesting because if you're not taking the ability that lets you basically turn unsuspecting folks into ash or turn everybody into ash, you can use that to get rid of bodies. You can just summon a whole bunch of rats, let them eat it, summon them as a distraction, things like that. It's pretty cool.
Have either of you ever used Wind Blast much?
I didn't even unlock it.
Yeah,
so
no,
I don't know.
that's basically going to be what I unlock next. I didn't really use it that much in my first game, just because the second level is lethal when I was playing a clean hands run. But from what I understand, it can be pretty cool in straight out combat. So I imagine it'll get a great showing in Dunwall Trials, if nothing else.
Just in case you were wondering whether we were in high or low chaos.
Undertaker. I forget what that one does.
Yeah, when you're carrying a corpse, you move a little faster.
That would be kind of nice.
If you're the kind of person who leaves a lot of corpses and you don't mind switching backwards and forwards in the menus, it can be handy. I'm not somebody who likes to go backwards and forwards switching in the menus though. So.
I have been aggressively avoiding it just because I feel like it breaks up the flow of my videos.
Yeah, definitely not good for Let's Play. Ah dear. So, well,
One of the few places you will never hear good menuing there. Great menu.
morbid.
Well, I can't say the tagline because that's not the canal. That subtitle.
Yeah, there are some fucking silly subtitles in this area, if I'm recalling correctly. There's one that sort of just made me go, really?
I've never been able to understand people who like hate subtitles and always want them turned off. It's just like, at the absolute worst case, they're going to be perfectly accurate and straight-laced, right? It's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is actually that they're terrible and you get cheap laughs out of it.
Yeah, well, to be perfectly honest, for somebody who might have hearing problems, that cough is actually pretty good, because that tells you that there is, you know, like that, moans pitifully, that's one of the ones that make me laugh. That one right there will tell you what you're up against. You're not up against, you're not up against a guard, you're up against
weepers.
someone who is sick. It could be a weeper, it could be a survivor, you don't know for sure. But then again, listening to it myself, I don't know for sure either.
Yeah, I expect if any survivor sounds like that, they're not going to be a survivor for much
What the hell
longer.
are you?
Yeah, plague
Some
victim
new
is
kind of
right.
guard? Like a tall boy? Can't be.
I'm a tall boy.
Doctor,
Yes.
maybe? Just kidding. Assassin, maybe.
Hey, got it on the third go. Not the fourth go, I
Passing
wasn't counting.
through, huh? Hoping to catch a ride on the plague wagon. A few come through here trying. And they fall and break their necks. But that won't stop you. You're almost there. It's pretty easy to get to the rooftops from here. You'll see the way. What do you want from me? To rob me? Looking for a quick roll in the mud? To rescue me?
I'm not sure if that got darker or
Well, I am
worse.
not going anywhere. I
Or
came
darker
here
or
all on
lighter
my
there.
own, and I'm staying right here. Do you think it's better out there? I hate to break it to you, but this is it.
Then she opens that door.
This is Dunwall. What you see right here. Flooded district, estate district, anywhere else. It's all gonna be the same soon.
Well, you know what? I was with Sokolov and I found a cure.
Don't you have a plague wagon to catch?
And of course, I learned that guy that's all the way over there. That's how he has to go.
To be fair, you probably just put her out of her misery there.
Dunwall's greatest monster.
Well, yeah, Dunwall's greatest monster regardless. I believe the choice of whether she should live or die should be her own. I say that having been the one that actually slashed her to death.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, that seems a little bit different from what you were doing there, homie.
Well, you know, like the me that isn't like
The
Corvo,
sadistic
the guy
bastard
who
that-
eats and who basically just eats and kills and does nothing else. Like he's like, you know, he's like all for it, but the part of me that's not, like, is like, yeah, like that was kind of dickish. Fuck.
Fucking plague wagon.
Still falling off things. Yeah, the old corpse wagon.
More
So, yeah,
corpses.
so you really just got to keep going up here like this because buildings. Like just more really cool verticality. I can imagine this part probably baffled a lot of people just because you don't think to turn behind you and look up and, you know, try and run up something else.
Well, not just that. A lot of these things having like the center of the floors fallen out. Under most other circumstances, you know, the game uses that when you're not supposed to be there. The biggest hint that you get that you are in fact supposed to be here is that bone charm. Or rune. That's what I meant to say. Shut up.
That's good. I fuck up words all the time. I ain't gonna judge. So here's one way, if you're so inclined, to completely clear this shithole of a level. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just, it does, like, there's not really a whole lot to it. That just doesn't really impress me that much. I don't know why. Just the thought of going through it again just seems like a bit of a slog. It might just be because the level design isn't as tight. There's a lot of sort of weird things like that section where you got to look up but turn around and all sorts of things. It just doesn't seem to flow as well. But if you want to just, you know, not put up with any of that, just ride the rail. There is a wall of light up further up.
You're like
I'm
a
obviously not
genuine
gonna bother doing
hobo.
Yeah, full-on hobo power. You don't want to ride it all the way because there is a wall of light up the end, so that's a bad thing.
How many times have I asked that only cadavers take
A lot of tall boys.
Damn it.
Nothing ever changes. You should.
You would be surprised how I go with these tall boys.
Well, surprise me.
It it goes against my usual record.
Freaking tall boys. I'm just going to hate them forever simply because I can't knock them unconscious.
Yeah, it's like they're a lot easier when you can just sort of jump up on them.
Hi. What's up?
Oh. There we go.
Tall
I have
boy.
angered all of the tall boys. They are not happy. They're in fact the exact opposite of happy.
I mean, their visual range always surprises me. I mean, for dudes in like full body armor and everything like that, they have some serious eagle eyes.
It's like you're playing Crisis.
How is that for an ominous cast shadow?
No
though?
joke. I was also appreciating that too. It's just like, oh, fuck.
One,
Ooh, sucks to be that guy.
2. Robocat didn't fuck it
Sucks
up.
to be you.
3. There you go. Nice and clean.
Nicely
Nicely
done, dude.
The terrain has its advantages. So here's their plan on how to stop the plague getting in, I guess. Put up more barriers. That's not gonna work.
It's a temporary solution, only it's not. Hi!
It's just like, I love how he just sort of like pushes him down on the sword. It's not like, I'm gonna stab you in the neck, I'm going to like stab my sword with your neck. Like rampant necking. So this is where the other dude was standing who saw me murder the plague victim. He's a scavenger. Or looter.
Looter. Yeah, well, and you even got your bolt back.
Yeah, he was looting my bolt, so I had to get it. And he's carrying the key that lets us go in here. Maybe he has a quest, I don't remember. I don't care, honestly.
You got
this
his
room does
money?
have something that's fairly cool, though. It has the, yeah, so...
Ferg.
Ferg from
Ferg.
Craggy. People's parents hate them a lot. Now,
Gross.
you will recall, back where we were before, there was a generator that needed some whale oil. I don't know why I remembered this, but
yeah,
when I
I
saw
don't
that,
remember
I remembered
this.
it. So we're gonna head back and we're gonna take a look.
He did.
Yeah, it didn't last long. Just checking things out. Fortunately, holding a canister of whale oil somewhat limits your options in moving around. You know, if you don't want to drop it and explode it everywhere.
You can jump, and that's pretty close to it.
So,
because
jam that in
crap
here.
like that happens.
And it lights that stuff up, and then you go, hey, hold on a second. Those are destructible.
They most certainly are. Also, there's dudes puking behind it.
Well, you know, it's a living.
Alright, sure.
You are the luckiest SOB I've ever seen in my life.
Who needs to cook grenades when we've got good throws?
Oh, man.
Of course. Treasure, also weepers. A lot of flies. This place is
I don't think you even
veritable
killed her with
party
the sharp
house
of your blade. I think you just kind of dope slapped her with the flat, and she was like, well, now I'm so embarrassed I have to just die.
Yeah. So this provides for you a way to go around all of the nonsense, if you so desire. Or just, you know, a different path around to take a look at everything. See, we can sort of move around. If you somehow manage to get all that done without alerting the tall boys, I'm not entirely sure how, because as you can see, chopping the hell out of this doesn't really do a whole lot. You need to explode it, and I would be confused as to how you would manage to make how you would make that explode without alerting the tall boys.
Yeah. Without alerting the tall boys, you couldn't do it, but you could throw the whale
Challenge
oil at it.
accepted. That'll still alert the tall boys.
Well, yeah,
Their hearing is just as good. I feel like there should be a way, though.
Of course, you'll have the sick people convention going on. So
Honestly, that might be the way you do it. Just stir up the sickies and let them do it. I mean, sure, the tall boys will be alerted, but they won't be alerted to you.
Yeah, so there's some...
That's some Tesla coil right there. Or, I'm sorry, arc pylon.
Yeah, sorry, it's me. It's me catching on. Like, my dumb, incorrect usage of words. Yeah, whole lot of blurg going on around here. Blood from the eyes.
Man, that's some shit right there.
Yeah. Oh, welcome to the House of Fun.
That one had a cleaver in its mouth, or in its eye.
Well, I can't imagine too many people were, You cannot kill the rat plague. You can, however, stack it in on awkward pylons and mattresses.
The only thing you're missing there is you know, fire. Hey, dude. Later, dude.
It's very indiscriminate about who it's picking and taking. This,
Rich Paul, everyone was falling sick.
There's
Okay then,
one.
so there's two of them.
Yeah, but this rewire tool takes care of both of them.
Awesome. What did it even just shock?
I think it must have been a Weeper or something. Or maybe something else. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
whatever. I
Rat.
mean, it's gonna turn into ash, so it's not like we can go check.
Party time.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Everything
quite
will
the
be
art
Well
fire.
worth going there. Very well worth going there. There is one more tall boy. But he's
Where?
not been away yet. You'll see. It actually surprises me. He's not in the open area.
The fact that
That's all I
a
can say.
15-foot tall monstrosity like that could surprise anybody is a testament to the enemy placement here.
Yeah, he's not in the open area. So I like the lighting for this area. The shadows cast, the angle, it's all very good. Lighting is one of the greatest ways to, one of the key ways to make good atmosphere in a game.
Truthfully,
and
it
helps
was worth it
lend
just to
this-
see those tall boy shadows stalking you.
Yeah, this is very good. Very I don't know. This level is, this part of the level is short and sweet.
It will never give back.
But there's just something about the way it sort of, the areas move around. Maybe it's just like you're not supposed to try and do what I'm doing, where you try and cover every single aspect of it.
And we're gonna have to do this twice.
I think you have a couple of very legitimate complaints here, simply because this level violates a lot of the tenets that have been established in the last couple of levels. Notably, that if there's like very heavy ruin and all like that is typically indicative of you should not be here. Typically the way forward is a little bit better maintained. It's well lit and everything like that. So I feel that, and so it lends itself to a lot of confusion. Now, the level designers had a very good reason for doing this. Obviously, the Flooded District is much worse off than the rest of Dunwall, so it's sort of a necessity of the creative process here. That said, there were also a number of necessities of the creative process with how bad areas of Half-Life 2 were set up, and Half-Life 2 still managed to stick around the basic level design tenets.
So, did you see it?
Yeah, I did now.
He just wasn't moving, and I'm like, wait, what? Holy shit!
I thought the plate thing was not to mention it.
He was there the whole time. I looked at him like 5,000 times, and just,
Honestly, I was kind of figuring that he was just not going to activate because, there was that entire, really loud alarm that was going on there, and he didn't do anything? Okay, whatever.
I'm trying to, kind of hoping I can get him to just walk into the thing. It's like, hey, dude, come on. You can do it, dude. Come on, walk into the
Come
wall of
on.
light. You can do it. There we go.
I wasn't even sure that would work.
Science.
Science indeed. Oh man, that was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
And now we're officially out of the flooded district, and now we're in the old port district.
Yay, progress.
Yeah, we're gonna make our way to a sewer now, where fun stuff and closure happens.
Well, a certain level of closure.
I don't know how we know this is the best way to get to the inn, but this is what we're doing.
The only thing I can figure is that Corvo has been all over Dunwall like a million times as part of his job as Royal Protector, so that's the only thing I can go with. You don't want Twist of Fortune, don't even look at it.
I was just, so I remember what it was, because this is the names I never remember what they are, unless it's like something to do with rats, in which case I remember it sucks.
So, I talk occasionally with other people about this, and it's kind of a common refrain among long-time video game players that sewer levels invariably suck ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have Daikatana and Dark Forces as maybe the two worst, like, out of any sewer levels any ever made. I will give Dishonored credit in that its sewer level does not suck ass, it is merely terrible.
It's really hard to tell where the sewer levels are in Dishonored, because the place we're in is a literal sewer.
The old port district. It's just the city under the city. It's a little bit like old New York in Futurama. I will say I was incredibly impressed by the way you bonked that one weeper on the head with a grenade, and she just went absolutely flying.
Did the lighting on that corpse change when you took the purse?
Yes.
I did notice a distinct difference in shading on the ass. Yes.
Priorities.
Hey man, you were already looking at the ass because there was money there.
Gotta get that looty off the booty.
Never, ever in a trillion years say that again.
Dude, that's like the motto for my playthrough as a whole.
Just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing what I read right here. It's a pretty straight shot, but I'm like, I don't want to miss any bone charms or runes. It's like the only thing I've actually been managing to get right every single time.
You're getting all the way to the end of this episode, and it's like you've been playing for an hour and a half, and you're just like, wow, I missed like half of the really important things. I guess I've got to do it again.
Yeah, no, never. Never!
Low effort forever.
Oh, well, like, I don't exactly need huge amounts of money. I killed, like, pretty much every crust that existed. Alright.
It's the number one way to get rich and retire in Dunwall. Just murder all of the deviant animal life, because they all drop cash.
Alright, now it's time to go through the old Dunwall sewer.
Thank you for reminding me of Deviant Scale Hide in WoW that you have to farm from Wailing Caverns to make stuff.
Hey, you know what I remember doing in that terrible game? That. You want to know what I'm having right now? Horrible fucking flashbacks.
Just pointing out, can't go here, can't go up there, rushing water. We'll see that again later. Now, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to walk up to that sewer gate and go, oh no, it's locked. I will have to go this other way. And I went, no, I'm going the other way. Once I sort of remember where I am, I'm just like, no, I don't even remotely care about this stupid key or anything like that. I'm going somewhere else.
The murder hobo lives.
I got shit to do.
Mostly murder people. Okay, then.
Yeah, that's weird. It's like someone's getting shot and it's not me shooting anybody.
Yeah, I was just like, I will admit there were a number of sounds I was expecting to hear down here, but that wasn't one of them. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll find a way to get everywhere.
Assholes.
That's the Krusk. I feel really bad for anybody who's like chosen like the internet name of Krusk, because they've basically just been shit talked by us the entirety of like 2 episodes now.
Yeah, well, if I imagine they're probably used to it from all of the people hating those disgusting things when the game came out. I mean, seriously, I'm pretty sure I've had polyps in my mouth that were more attractive than those things.
You should take better care of your mouth.
Ugh.
Well, he did. He has very pretty polyps.
Asshole.
Yep.
I think it's worth noting that, you know, in my run, I'm nice to pretty much all wildlife, even the wolfhounds that hate everything. You know, I'm even nice to those wolfhounds, but I will delight in the murder of river crusts.
They're not even trying on this one. It's like, hey, if you need this, we have to solve my clever riddle in the book sitting right next to the fucking safe. I'm just like, what? Really? I was stunned.
Yeah, this is, remember, this is a place where like proper security is look to the whiskey. What was that one? Vengeance?
So, adrenaline.
Which would help.
Yeah, adrenaline's a thing that we could get as a power that I haven't taken, which probably actually would have served me really well in a lot of the fights I've had, but I wanted to show off everything else. It basically just makes you do ridiculous combat damage and stuff.
Right. I mean, it's less impressive than you might think. There are a couple of unique sync kills and fatalities, but they're no more impressive than the fatalities that you see Robokai doing by just like blinking up to somebody and being like, "Hello, my sword, your throat." Oh, God.
Yeah, they're really just trying to run me through my bullets. Man, is there anything worse than just like swimming with like corpses?
I'm gonna say swimming with your eyes open in duty water, because that's what you're doing.
Which, yep. Well, this is old duty water. This is old Dunwall duty. This is vintage Dunwall duty.
Freakazoid would be horrified if he could watch this episode.
This is something we haven't really had actually for this game. Large swimming sections where we sort of have to come up for air in little places.
I was gonna say there's a reason for that, and the reason is you can't really do much underwater.
Yeah, nothing overly interesting happens during those moments. That's okay. We're
done with it
we're
now.
actually getting
You've
onto
managed
somewhere.
to avoid drowning. Good job, Raiden. I like the implication that there was a guard on station there, because that was basically guard equipment you just picked up, and at one point or another he was just like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" and just walked off.
Yeah.
Leaving his equipment.
Well, we're working on the assumption he walked off.
To boil off the nasty fat and sinew.
Hey guys.
And carve a pretty song on your bones.
Someone
kill this crazy witch!
Hey, remember when Slackjaw went missing a week ago?
Now, Granny needs to concentrate.
Yeah, she's gonna be making herself some nice runes. Or some bone charms.
Stop what you're doing. Can't we at least talk about it?
My knives gotta be nice and sharp to cut into your skeleton, Slackjaw. Nice and sharp.
Scratches her hands like that. Sup, babe?
My love. Are you ready to help get Slackjaw's bones? Granny has some birthday gifts for you. I've been saving them up in case you ever came back to me.
Because this is the normal response.
No, that's crazy.
Gentleman helping Granny Rags with her stew. We'll eat well tonight, sweetheart. First thing, you'll have to put him to the knife. Don't want him crawling out of the pot now.
What you doing? Listen on me, Corvo. Don't help her. Don't let her kill me.
Hey, buddy.
You can have anything I own.
You have to gut
Corn,
him first.
whiskey. I got a key to the sailor.
In that hand.
What are you doing? Don't help her. She's out of her mind.
Yeah, even confined, you can't really stop him from waving his arms around.
Weapons?
So good. You are my hero, Slackjaw.
Yeah, I'll consider it for all of like 5 seconds.
Chains for me, darling.
Oh, I'm not sure why I did this next.
Here's the key.
Oh yeah, why could you give me that earlier? And then I decide, hey, what happens if you try and choke Granny Rags out? What happens?
Yeah. I know the answer to that.
So let's try and choke Granny Rags out. Bonk!
Yup.
And then she goes full fucking mental on you, but we'll see how that goes in Cool Guys Run.
Go ahead.
Alright, let's do
And
this properly this
unlock
time.
those chains now.
Not try and choke out Granny Rags.
That's right. Pick him
Well,
I like how he screams after I release him, like he was already dead, but you know, whatever.
presumably.
Anyway, let's make soup.
Gross. It's the worst soup I've ever seen.
Slackjaw deserves better than this.
Oh, thank you. What a fine help you've been. I'll just let him stew a while now. Go ahead, darling. Take your presents and go. Granny's got things to do.
She says while curling her fingers sinisterly.
Well, she already said she was gonna make charms out of it.
Yeah.
So he must have really good bone structure.
Clearly not in his jaw, because he is a slackjaw.
Granny Rags underground retreat. Of course, she lives in a sewer. Has her own furnace for some reason. That won't come into play at my run, obviously.
Yeah, some reason.
Some really convenient reason.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it is.
I appreciate all the, just like how effed up the entire region she's made it look. Like, it's got big giant, I'm assuming whalebone ribs just sticking out of the sewer ground.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just like, this was probably like a nice place to work at one point or another. Oh God, you
Find your
again.
way into such interesting places, Corvo. Crawling out of those flooded rooms.
I saw that animation.
Yeah, I saw him pelvic thrust.
Where you last saw it.
You had some interesting places, Corvo. Suggestive thrusting.
How does it feel now, knowing your allies betrayed you? Strange how there's always a little more innocence left to lose. And
Keeps doing it!
just killed the greatest assassin. Did you do it for love of the Empress or Emily? Or was it the primal desire to rise?
Do not talk about primal desires when you keep thrusting at us.
Do you even know why?
So I don't know if it was intentional, but whenever he had his head down a little bit, he had two weird, like, shadow horns on his forehead.
Yeah, I was actually about to comment on that myself. Very strange.
There it is.
Another cool feature I like about Granny Rags' incredibly insane torture zone is she's got a map to Pandisia, which is very cool. Also, yes, the tunnel. So now we actually get that tunnel I was trying to jump into. I don't know why, but I really like this bit. It just, yeah, that's where you come out.
Man, that was quite a ride.
I like it when it does that. Like, a little part of me is like, am I gonna die in here?
No, it's just like a flume ride you had when you were a little kid.
There we go. The key I never realized I needed. And we're gonna be seeing a whole lot of these dead buggers. Or dying buggers, I suppose.
Yeah, whatever. Oh,
And crusts.
God, crusts.
In fact, actually, the crusts are going for them.
Welcome to our LP of Left 4 Dead 2.
Left 4 Dead 3 is when you pick up Alien Swarm, and you use a couple of console commands to give you a first-person view. Though that like fly attack or whatever is always the craziest thing to me. Look at her fly. Weepers, the only enemy that can hurt you while they're on their butts.
I'm having way too much fun with
that
this. I'm
actually
like,
save
if
him?
only I'd remembered my explosive bullets here, that would have been great.
There's a lot of.
But yeah, the You know, well, I'm going to... I don't actually remember what this was like in Low Chaos, but I'm going to assume I've got a million of these things because, you know, High Chaos Run.
I'm pretty sure that that's an accurate statement, yes.
Just so many of them.
All I'm saying is if I see even half as many of those in my run, do not expect me to choke them all out. I'm using time stop and walking right on by.
That's probably the wise choice.
Just like, nope.
Give me all the money.
Man, now you just made me think of Avenue Q. Give me your money. Something in there.
That's probably one of the spots with the frescoes, and I don't think I go back to it. I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna go looking for runes instead. Very selfish reasons.
I always feel a little bit short of breath every time I hear the I hear the heart going like that. It's just like, okay, chill out.
Yeah, you just want to copy it.
Oh god, here we go.
Well, I just wanna show it off because I didn't show it off at level 1, so.
Honestly, we all knew that this was coming.
Yeah, that's not just a little swarm. That is a very, very, very big swarm.
You don't want to get caught at the end of that, because by the way, those rats will go after you if they don't have anything better to do. That was creepy.
Yeah, for me, I thought the game was about to like introduce at the very last second some kind of like weird, freaky Weeper boss enemy or something.
It's the Mega Weeper.
Can you imagine it?
I don't know if that would just be like a bunch of Weepers that were crawling all over each other, or just like one Weeper that was like 13 feet tall. I'm not sure which would be
Weeper
scarier.
Voltron, basically.
Weeper Voltron. I like that idea.
That's the most terrifying thing I've heard in weeks.
You're welcome.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
You don't have the fear put into you at least once or twice a week, you know, it just... You forget what fear is. Color returns
Fear
to life.
was a video game released in 2006 by Monolith Entertainment. No.
And which still gives me nightmares. Alma Wade she still fucking scares the hell out of me.
Well, she's fucking something. No, sorry.
Oh my god.
No, that's in Fear 2.
Why do you have to remind me that one exists, dude? That hurts.
Tough skin.
I used that for a while, mostly because I didn't have anything better to use. How the hell is that one alive?
Because he was hiding behind the corpses of the other ones.
Oh my god.
It's impossible to get a good aim on him, and when you can get sort of near him to see him, he just shuts up again. So it's like, well,
you're right over there harvesting the pearls from the corpses of his fellows.
Yeah, I'm not even really gonna bother to care about his continued existence, so I should probably just proceed on to the exit.
These things are absolutely revolting.
Which I'm struggling to find, to be honest. Because I'm like, wait,
Pipes.
what? Do I go under it or over it?
Over!
I go over it.
Let's take an impromptu FPS gun poll. Nail gun, saw gun, or grenade launcher?
Grenade launcher has explosions.
Nail gun. I'm very fond of the nail gun in Fear because it lets you like pose people.
The penetrator in Fear is amazing, but still explosions.
Simple man of simple tastes.
Yes, it's just
he
that
knows what he likes and he likes them
very
big.
Impactful tastes.
That's it. That's the level.
Thank God. Made it out.
Yeah, and as you can see, 1 out of 3 Sokolovs, which is a little surprising.
Hostiles killed 82. 82.
Yeah. 82. That's a lot of people.
Next time on Dishonored, cool guy takes like 4 hours to do this level.
I won't say that isn't happening, but as always, I will be endeavoring to move fast and leave no corpses. But we might have to choose one or the other, just because. I mean, we were talking about this a little bit before recording, but this level just gets so incredibly complicated. You know, I mean, I was whining and complaining about how Return to the Tower gets complicated, and it does, but the layout of Return to the Tower is at least relatively open. This one is chock full of people, as has been shown, and you know, then just beyond that, the quarters are rather claustrophobic at times.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the two enemy types you're primarily facing in this as well are neither very good enemy types to face in like, for a non-lethal run, because you've got the assassins who, when patrolling, are teleporting around and usually have a good vantage point of one another. Like, especially the way that Daud's area is laid out, it's very easy for you to be trying to grab one, and they're still in the side of another one. So it can, like, the other problem, and I said this in the thread, like, when part 1 went up, the major issue as well in that first area is that a lot of times you'll knock a dude out and he'll fall in the water and die, and there goes your clean hands run. That's how most people clean runs end very angrily. Like, the very first time it happened to me, like, the guy dipped his feet in the water and died at the bottom of the stairs, because, like, at the very beginning, because I kind of sort of got driven back there. You know, and then you've got these tight, narrow tunnels full of enemies that are just heaps of them.
Oh my god!
And then you've got the Krusks who, trying to deal with them, alerts the Weepers.
Yeah, well, at least I can murder the Crusts freely. I am going to shoot so many Crusts, and I'm going to feel great about it. And honestly, it wouldn't even be half as difficult if the crossbow pouch upgrades affected your sleep darts. Yeah, they don't. We got 10.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Hate that.
You know, it's actually kind of unfortunate because the Daud DLC adds something that would make dealing with Weepers so much easier, and it's a stun mine basically, and you set it down and someone runs over it and they get knocked unconscious.
End of file. It's so good. Anyway, but yeah. Anyway, I'm whining way more than I probably should. I'm still really looking forward to this level, just because. I mean, we've gone over a little bit how all of these things are so different, you know, from high to low chaos, and the Flooded District is one of the missions that is the most different, and I'm really looking forward to showing it off and just having all sorts of fun with it.
I've said I was gonna attempt some shenanigans with whale oil canister physics. We'll see how that goes.
Excellent. Yeah, well, you've basically got the infinite whale oil factory there, so that should be good. So, yep, that's it, folks, for this one. Next time we've got the low chaos run of the Flooded District, so we'll see you all then. I've been the Last Robot Guy.
I've been Cool Guy.
And I've been Orv.
And take care of yourselves, everybody.